Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you watching us at home, thank you for joining us for the virtual prize ceremony and closing of the KL Engineering Science Fair 2020. With us today are esteemed gentlemen that I will later introduce to you, but these gentlemen have been some of the powerhouses behind keeping the flame lit during these tough times due to the pandemic. Yes? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that a number of you are so keen to find out who are the winners of the prizes, or rather the competitions that we have organized over the past couple of days. That particular information will be presented later by our director, Mr. Ramesh Pillai. But ladies and gentlemen, prior to that, we would like to actually introduce and share with you the perceptions and thoughts of some of our guests who have been spearheading and, should I say, shepherding the direction of KLESF for the past couple of years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you are aware that KLESF is actually the biggest science fair in Malaysia. Yes? Now, regardless of the pandemic, we believe that your kids' education is important. And we need to ensure that they are always kept abreast of developments, as well as given the opportunity to learn regardless of the challenges that we face. And I'm sure that you agree that it has been a very tough year. But here we are, making sure that that opportunity does not evaporate. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also acknowledge that the KLESF this year, jointly organized by a number of our strong supporters. They are AAET, IEM, MCMC, MITE, TAR University College, Utah, and carried out in association with Pusat STEM for All Makerspace in Daman Mall, MAKRI, the Malaysia Association of Creativity and Innovation, STEM Contact Providers, and Friends of STEM. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to actually introduce to you the two gentlemen who you will actually hear from this afternoon. We shall hear their thoughts, their aspirations, and the way forward out of these difficult times that we are experiencing for the education of our kids. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to actually invite, first and foremost, Steering Committee member of KLESF 2020. To begin with, I would like to actually invite Professor IR Dr. Lee CY, the President of Tuanku Abdul Rahman University College, TAR UC, to actually share his thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Professor Lee.
Thank you very much for inviting me to these sessions today. First of all, I would like to say that this year has not been an easy time for us, and we were supposed to have our usual KLESF Mega Science Fair in November. However, due to the pandemic, things could not be done as what we have been doing for the past almost 10 years. But nevertheless, STEM has to continue. STEM learning and especially the exposures for the youngsters has to be continued. And this year is a very unusual year, and I'm sure that many of us are aware how important is science and technology. In fact, if you ask me this year, the so-called the main player at the front line for the past 10 months when the pandemic started, it is actually the health worker, the frontliner, and very important, the scientists and the technologists. We have actually witnessed something that has never happened before because of science and technology. Vaccine, as we know, has been developed, shown to be effective in such a short period of time, and this is historical. We have never achieved that in human history before. And And this due to all the science, the research that has been done over the years. And I would say that 2020 can never be a better year, before that we embrace science. And I would like to take this opportunity to urge all the parties and the stakeholders, take this year as an opportunity. Of course, pandemics, we have a lot of challenges, but it is an opportunity for us to really embrace science and to make the society, especially the younger generations, to be interested in science, to understand the importance of science, and therefore to make science as part of their future learning and also their career. This is what I hope that this year we will be able to achieve, besides overcoming the challenge that we are facing right now in terms of our life and the normalcy of life. Right? So I hope that all the kids, the youngsters who are watching these sessions, I hope that you take this opportunity. It's not just about the vaccine. A lot of things is about science, including what I'm wearing right now. Right? It is science. We understand how air circulation works, and therefore we need this in order to make sure that we are protected as much as we can. Right? So when we talk about social distancing, for example, it is science. Why is it that we need to limit the number of people that are in contact? Right? What is R0, for example, that our Ministry of Health has been talking about, and there's science behind it. And why is it that we need to vaccinate at least 70% of the population to achieve what we call as herd immunity? And there's the mathematics behind it. How do you model the way people socialize, interact with each other, and therefore do the projections of how the disease will spread and so on under certain circumstances? These are all science. I urge all the youngsters, especially, pursue science and to understand better. And who knows, in the future, you will be playing a more important part than what you are doing right now. All right, as a part of the community, and therefore make the better for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that sharing. President, or rather Professor IR Dr. Lee, the President of Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. And I believe all of us share that particular, not only notion, but observation that it's actually STEM people who actually help keep us alive, who are at the front lines. And the understanding, the scientific and technology understanding was the one that helped us keep afloat during the testing times. And I think that should not be lost on our understanding, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that particular sharing, Professor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us hear from the second very important person today in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to actually introduce to you, next to me, to my left, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Yusuf Sulaiman, the current CEO and President of MITE, the Malaysian Industry Group for High Technology. So now we just heard from Professor Datuk how important STEM is, especially in these tough times, how that understanding the data helps us make the right decisions. What are your aspirations, Datuk? Inshallah, once we actually get out of these tough times, for the youngsters, where do you believe that they can actually contribute the most, especially by focusing on the science and technology and engineering aspect, or other aspects of their field of education? Where do you think they should go?
Right, I think they should come to class every year.
Right, every year, yes.
And I like you pointed out that the Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair has been going on for 7 years probably, and it has been growing in terms of its size, in terms of numbers of people participating in this program. And then we see a lot of sponsors and collaborators for this project. The numbers are getting bigger. But the one that really excited me the most is coming here, because I think STEM for All Makerspace was the result of KLESF, isn't it? And it's a way of institutionalizing the concept of Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair, where people can go and have fun on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, plaything, or even to understand the knowledge. So I'd like to congratulate the people behind this. I mean, Ramesh and you and others.
Thank you.
William, who has been creating these collabs for all seasons.
The audience seems to be struggling to hear what you're saying, Dato'.
Oh yeah.
Because of the.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Better now?
Clear.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Yes, please continue, Dato'.
Right. So I think the idea of having these, you said now the biggest science fair in the country, is actually to bring students, parents, those who are not really in STEM in any way, to really have an understanding of what STEM is all about, through a very practical, hands-on trying of everything. So when pandemics like COVID-19 happens, I think that actually trigger people to learn more about it. So where can they go? And we hope that this will create more knowledge centers, not only here in Klang Valley, but also in other parts of Malaysia, that can actually become that place where people go to learn more about STEM. Now, where does this will take us in terms of a country? We think that with all this happening, we saw that the kind of business, the kind of industry that thrives in these, during pandemic and post-pandemic, will be very much STEM-based industries and businesses.
Right.
So that there's going to be a lot of input that will be used to make businesses more competitive, more effective through the applications of STEM. Just look at the drone industry.
Yes.
I think that has made the construction industry more safe. You have people less on the ground, can use a drone to actually monitor many of the construction activities. So if the young people are not aware of this, then they need to actually understand what kind of career that means to them in the future. So there's going to be a lot, I think, vacancy for drone pilots in the future. So these are just an example, but we see that these are happening across the board, across the industries and across the businesses. That STEM actually allows you to create new businesses, new way of doing businesses, and create that value within that national economic structure.
Right.
So let's leave the STEM activities behind, where it's normally relate to low value and
Yes.
and not really useful in the world global economy. Let's try to get more people into this STEM education, but also then they will use they will actually go for STEM-based career or businesses in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that sharing, Dato'. So as you've heard from Dato' Muhammad Yusof, it's actually important for us to take a look at what's happening due to the pandemic. And we can see that new fields, new avenues are suddenly exploding. Without us forgetting medical engineering, that is actually exploding, the demand across the globe. And if I may take this opportunity to just slip it in there, I was part of the team that actually designed the coronavirus mobile test unit. And ladies and gentlemen, suddenly out of the blue, medical engineering demand has shot up. So what that means is that there's a lot of careers waiting for your kids. And adik-adik, those of you who are watching, that's definitely one option for you to actually look at. And we have been very blessed to have been supported throughout that particular challenge by Mike. Thank you very much, Dato', for that medical support. And of course, Professor, thank you so much for actually having supported KLESF all this while. Yeah, and I believe every time whenever we visit the mines, the physical location, we will see Tar University College organizing, taking up massive spaces and carrying out all sorts of activities. Now, parents, if you've missed the last ones, or you missed this one, please make sure for 2021, and I'm sure it'll come stronger, better than ever. Please don't miss that one. I'm not quite sure whether it's still at the mines, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You've heard from Professor I.R. Lee, the president of Tar University College, as well as Dr. Muhammad Yusuf Sulaiman, the CEO and president of MITE, sharing with you their aspiration, their thoughts, aspirations, and the way forward, the careers that's waiting for your children. As somebody who was trained in engineering and currently focusing on using engineering concepts to manage people, I can actually sincerely believe that that is the way forward. Of course, without you inspiring your kids, keeping them or sustaining them in STEM, it will be a tough challenge if, hopefully it doesn't happen, but if another medical challenge faces us. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take the opportunity to thank both Dr. Muhammad Yusuf as well as Professor I.R. Lee for their presence here, as well as their unwavering support for the KL Engineering Science Fair all these years. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we would like to actually move on to the next activity on the list. And for this, I would like to actually invite one of the directors of STEM for All Makerspace. As a matter of fact, he's not just the director, ladies and gentlemen, he's the powerhouse. He's also my guru, my cikgu for STEM, as a matter of fact, who actually keeps inspiring and reminding me, Rahmat, this is important, okay? So focus. Yes. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite not just the director, but also the guru for STEM, inspiration of STEM, Mr. Ramesh Pillai, who is also the Secretary of MACRI, the Malaysia Association of Creativity and Innovation, to actually share with us a glimpse of some of the STEM activities and programs that have been coordinated and carried out by Pusat STEM for All Makerspace here at Taman Mall, USJ, but broadcast to you worldwide. Over to you, Brother Ramesh.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rahmat. So very flattering. But it's indeed teamwork, you know. We have
all deserved.
Yes.
All deserved, I can tell you.
So we've got lots of very good partners, you know. When I say partners, meaning STEM partners who conduct their own program, who are very like-minded with what we do. So that is why whenever we receive a request, you know, can you do this? We say can. Why? Because we've got hundreds of them at least, you know, who have got programs ranging from coding to drones, to name it. We have universities are also very active and they are very, very supportive. So that makes it very easy for us to actually do. So, I mean, as much as I like to take credit, it's also a lot of others who are doing it.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Thanks so much, Dato' and Prof. Lee. So, before I share about what we have done, you know, I must just put on record the brilliant work done by Utah to sustain this. I must tell you there are lots of invention exhibitions and so on, but nothing is very sustainable, you know, right? KLESF, I think it was again of the industry support, you know, MITE and academia. This is one of the classic case of excellent collaboration.
Yes.
I've been involved to my good friend Hashrizam, who's invited us, I think back in 2017, my another good friend Farah and Sufini. These are the people who do the groundwork, not very much seen, but you know, they've been very instrumental in making the event. So I must put on record that these things has happened in the past, and KLESF is indeed the largest invention, science fair. My school, my son's school, have benefited because back in 2017 we took 2 bus loads, and you know, so we brought them and we got feedback. You know, we told the teachers. I deliberately created an assignment, and I incentivize them. My favorite is video, so I tell them, you create a video of what you like, you share with him, and Ashrizam said, I'll get you the prizes. So lebih suka lah, the students all are excited because they do a good video, they create and we want them to measure, it's not that look see, because I tell many of them, look see 2 days ago, I went to the exhibition. After 1 week, did I go to the exhibition? Because they're so forgetful, But if you make them do an assignment and you create you give them insight, they'll remember for life, because they got something out of it. So so that is why whenever we did all this program, we say we must give them some incentive, and they'll remember better.
Some off camera blushing, man.
You've got a very strong team there. So these are the people that have made KLESF. I think have sustained it for so long, even during this challenging year of things not being done physically, yet things have gone. So I'm very thankful. And this year we're very glad and honored to partner KLESF in doing some activities. So I'll take through the slides in which we will show some of the programs that we have done, of course with the endorsement and support of Mike and Yuta. So I ran through some programs. So basically today this is the program. It's a kind of like a conclusion. So we've heard from Muhammad Yusuf, and we've heard from Prof. Lee. All right, so now I'm just going to share what we have done. All right, so on my second slide, I have to just click down. Okay, so this is one of the things that will happen. So we told our audience, stay online. There'll be some quizzes, because one of the programs is that one of our STEM partners is going to do a tour of an AR platform that they have created.
Right.
So I hope it comes on. Sometimes it's very unpredictable with these connections and all. So if it comes on, we'll take. And of course, we told them throw some challenges, and those who get it right will get some prizes. So that's on. Right. So my next slide. Okay.
So let's do this.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So these are some of the things that we have done. All right. So these are some of the things that got it. I got it. All right. So AR learning. That's the Hologo platform. We also did a chemistry role play, and this is a very brilliant. And the reason why I'm excited because it's homegrown Malaysian technology, and it's won a lot of international awards.
Yes.
And it is created by teachers teaching chemistry to play through a game. What you call online game. So I thought it was brilliant. So we thought we should bring them, and they have done, and we've got over 179 submissions doing it online. The third one is the workshop and projects. We've got about 6 of them who did workshops, and then also the webinar. This is the one on drones, and the two you mentioned just now about the careers and all. So a very good response. William was one of the main speakers together with Mr. Farhan from MDAC, and they talked about careers as well. So we had about 120 views, and then we shared it on the videos, and I think there's over 500 people who actually watched the video. Right? Left click.
There we go. Right. Yes.
Okay, left click. All right. So this is about STEM for all makerspace. A quick, overview. As I mentioned, it is made possible because we got lots of STEM content providers who are very passionate. So we created this permanent platform, and we do lots of activities. This studio is now set up so that we can then do online programs. We encourage them to come and create their own content so we can do some broadcasting. But going back to, these are some of the programs, a very quick glance. This is the Chemistry Adventure. Later we'll announce the winners. This is another program. This is a webinar session that Mr. William together with Mr. Farhan we conducted this year, and pretty good response. This is the AR experiential learning. This is the Hologo platform. So these people, we did, the first day was kind of like an overview, and then every other day they picked on one particular. So it's a lesson through physics. So they thought about all the principles of physics. And then another lesson was geography, which they also look into how a volcano eruption. So it's a VR, so you can actually rotate and look into the details. Amirul is a teacher, and he conducted a very interesting workshop on 3D design. And the response is so great, and then he says, let's do a competition. So we said, yes, definitely we'll support you for a competition. So that will be done immediately after this. The school holidays still got, we've got about a month more.
Yes.
So we keep the kids engaged by organizing some competitions, right? This is done by another STEM partner of ours. The company is called Fab Collective. They're very much makers as well. So they did what you call a 3D circuit make with circuit Python. So there was a fairly okay. We had about 20 over participants for this workshop. And this is another one on maths. Okay, they have got a platform to teach maths in a very creative way. And we also had another one called Kitten Editor, right? So this was also done online on the very first day, on the 16th of December. So we had about 20 participants for this as well. All right. To show some of the pictures, so we told them to just share with us some of the snapshots, or screenshots, and this was shared by Amirul. So we can see that, in a short while, students were able to design and then create this, So very impressive. Within an hour, they are able to do that.
Oh, an hour?
Yeah, because Amirul actually was very good, spot on.
Right.
He is a teacher, so he's able to, engage and relate with the kids very well. This is another some snapshot of our webinar on the future of drone, which William was spearheading this, right? And we had Farhan, a good speaker, very dynamic, engaging, and then we had two others to also show. So we had Adam and Adrian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they were, also took a 10-minute slot to show how drones can be actually built. So you can see the chat group there. There's lots of people who are chatting and finding out more, and they're wanting to know where they can get this and that done. So if they come to us, then for all make a space, and we'll get things done for you, right? So. And then we offered some prizes. Again, it said we want interactive kids, so we threw some quizzes, about 15 questions, 12 questions. You answer them, so we had about 179 submissions, and later Dr. Rahmat will announce the winner, right? And the winner gets 2 drones, okay? The first and second, the highest score will get a set of drone each. Again, just some snapshots. This is a Hologo platform that uses AR technology, and so you can see the kids were all responding and asking questions. This is on chemistry. You can actually bring a Bunsen burner onto your table.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can control the flame. You can rotate it.
Right.
You can see the reactions, immediately. So I thought it was really fascinating. And teachers too gave some very favorable comments. So later, if we can go online, the Hologo team will just take us through that.
Lovely.
This is on geography, and I told you the volcano. So what's nice is you can actually rotate and you can see from all angles, in the quizzes. All right. So for each session, we had an average about 30 to 50 participants.
Oh, okay.
So these are the participants. And I think that's basically some of the I would like to again, thank Mike for giving us this opportunity, and so we thank all the our STEM partners, and of course our team. Our team so much. I just take it for granted they'll be able to do it. Even it's a 2 weeks or 1 week or a few days notice. William and his son Daryl say, "Okay, we'll do it." Why? Because they're makers. So I tend to take advantage of that situation. And most of us will say, "Oh, tak boleh lah," I say, "No lah, we can do it." So again, my deepest appreciation to our internal team, Dr. Rahmat, who on a very short notice can, our chair. So I think I'm very happy that with this kind of a spirit, we should be able to move the STEM agenda very much more aggressively. We know there's a lot of shortcomings, but the response that we get from the kids, we can see they're brilliant. They're really brilliant. So yeah. So with that, again, a big thank you. So that ends my presentation. So I'll pass back to Dr. Rahman, our host.
Thank you very much, Brother Ramesh, for that particular sharing. So I find it very interesting that given the opportunity, the platform, our kids are actually not only just creative, but they can visualize their ideas onto the tools. I mean, they are the digital natives, and they take this like duck to water. Yes, so it's so we need to actually move the agenda forward and faster, so that not only is our country more competitive, but the kids feel that they have somewhere to belong. Yeah, so for that we are very thankful that we have your support, Dato', all this while, as well as Star University College, to actually with the belief that this is important. And of course, reciprocally, we get the trust and belief from your organizations. But as Brother Ramesh pointed out, this all would not have been possible without the support of all our partners. As a matter of fact, it's more than 100 now, yeah? More than 100. And we would like to actually record this thanks to all of our particular partners for making this possible, for giving the trust to STEM for All. And also, I would like to take the opportunity to take a look, or rather comment about the use of augmented reality. And that's kind of, I guess, it's one of those hot potatoes at this juncture. I guess we don't really eat potatoes as much. Hot French fries. Potato as well. Hot French fries, something that gets love.
Not nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak as well. It just doesn't have potato, right? Good. I don't know. Maybe the kids can actually comment. Which one do you prefer, nasi lemak or hot French fries? Something you can actually mention as sort of an interaction. So, with regard to that, we also would like to thank our partner, one of our partners, Hologo, for having, or rather having contributed their expertise and sharing their knowledge with our participants over the past couple of days. And I would like to actually take, they're online. Okay, lovely. So perhaps let us have a chat with the team from Hologo. If I'm not mistaken, we have online Mr. Chatura as well as Mr. Suraj. Mr. Chatura, are you online? Right, so they're coming online in a bit. So hang on adik-adik sekalian parents, jangan betulkan skrin anda. He'll be on just in a bit. Are we connecting all the way to Sri Lanka?
Yes. Chatura is from Sri Lanka. And
lovely.
Suraj is from Mauritius.
Yes.
And they've got some other partners in other parts of the country. So
Lovely.
I was impressed because they are actually teachers.
Oh, okay.
Chatura was a school teacher, and
Wow.
then we came across this platform, and just moved on and thought that this would be the way forward.
Right, lovely. So let's see whether we can have them online in a bit. But in the meantime, augmented reality, AR, essentially is the use of additional animations on top of normal vision. So what you would usually use is a camera or a phone, usually, the camera on your phone, to actually capture a particular image at the back, and then augmented reality would include animations on top of that imagery, so you can interact. Hence, that's why it's called augmented reality. It's not totally 100% reality. It's not totally made up like virtual reality, but it's augmented on top of actual imagery. So imagine the applications. You can use augmented reality to, for example, learn how to fix a very expensive car, a BMW, a Mercedes-Benz, a Bentley. But try not to repair your parents' Bentley before you learn that. Really understand it, because later your parents might yell at you. But that's one opportunity. Fixing aircraft engines, yes, so that you can be told, or rather you are clear as to what needs to be done as you are working on a very expensive piece of equipment. And when we talk about aircraft engine, it's very important because that vehicle will be carrying passengers. We are talking about lives at stake. So this is where STEM comes to the forefront. If you talk about medical devices, we are talking about, for example, test facilities where you have to make sure that it works 100% all the time. You can't afford, a small leak, thinking, it's okay lah, it's just a small leak. Well, you know how small viruses are. If you're not sure, then let's find out from Hologo how small viruses can be. I'm not quite sure if it's actually part of their repertoire. So in the meantime, perhaps, Dato, is there, from Mike's perspective, is there a drive towards medical engineering support devices whilst we're waiting for Sri Lanka to come online? Is there a specific focus in that industry?
Yes, I'm sure there are a lot of emphasis on the new technology,
Right.
and we call it emerging technologies, isn't it? And very much is going to tie up with the applications
Yes.
in the current situation, also for the future.
Right.
So I think this actually create a very big space for newcomers, new people to come in and create a new product, a new services all together.
Right.
So I think the idea of adding value to what is already happening now is that space that people can play, tinker, and come up with new things for the world. So I guess we look at Apple when it came out with the iPhone. I mean it's really, I mean it disrupt a lot of existing products.
Yes.
And I'm sure out there in Malaysia there are young people thinking about maybe new things that could disrupt the current status quo. So I really hope that these programs that you have been doing will actually encourage students to look beyond their normal learning scope and space, and really let their minds travel wherever it needs to be, and start to think about what are the things that would actually benefit the people, benefit the world. We talk about healthcare. I mean, health is very important. We talk about the safety, security of people. We talk about engines. These are all really requiring a new approach, a new outlook on things. So I think it's really a big landscape, a big blank piece of paper that they can start to write on. Doctor, I think that's my.
It's amazing.
If I can also just share on that.
Oh yes, please.
Because one of the things that I see in initiatives like this, a lot of school teachers also have come forward.
Yes.
So they are quite a good driver in promoting these programs. Right. So I think speaking of school teachers, we should be able to show them.
Lovely,
so
lovely.
have.
Right.
So if they can hear us, maybe we can ask the Hologo team.
Right. So we now have the Hologo team on board. Hello there. Mr. Chandra?
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Dr. Dato. Mr. Rame.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, so it was it's actually been a pleasure to be a part of the fair during the past couple of days. We've thoroughly enjoyed being part of it and interacting with students and teachers, and basically showing a little bit of what our solution does and how it could help both teachers and students in education. And we hope that you've enjoyed it just as much as we have. What our solution does and how it could help both teachers and students in education, and we hope that you've enjoyed it just as much as
Okay,
we
will
have.
we start?
What our solution does and how it could help both teachers and am I to in education, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. So what I wanted to do was just to give you a very quick glance at what our solution is and what we've been going through the past couple of days. And basically, so I'll try to keep this as short as possible. Just to give you, I hope everybody can hear and what our solution is. See and what we've been going through the past couple of days. And basically, so everybody able to see, keep this as short as possible. Just to give you, in short, Hologo. So we are a curriculum agnostic teacher and student resource. Ideally, we don't align ourselves with any particular curriculum, not our flagship product. What we do is we provide a universal library of STEM content, which both teachers and students can use. And in general, what we do is we provide and as well as parents. So at the moment, our current library consists of just over 400 experiences. Why we call these experiences? Because we fall into the segment of experiential learning in education, and our primary focus is on STEM. And of course, all the experiences that are showcased in the platform feature in both 3D and AR technology. Focus is on STEM. So our current solution is available in two formats. One is as a mobile application that is you access through smartphones and tablets, and the other is the web platform. And just to take you through the features that are available on either, on both platforms. So with the smartphone and tablets, the tablet app, of course, the solution is available for all devices that are AR compatible. And so in the app, we have all the lessons featured in 3D and AR. And there are assessment-based gamification implemented game assessments that we provided. This is only level 1 of gamification that we've introduced, and we hope to increase this as the technology allows us to. And of course, for teachers, they have special lesson customization tools that are available in the application. By this, what we mean is that they're able to take the existing models that are in the platform, and they're able to localize it by rendering in their own audio lesson of that subject or the topic. And what they're able to do is they're able to save these customized renderings into their student teacher profile, which could then be shared amongst private networks and students that they have within Holo. They're also able to share it publicly amongst the global Holo user base as well. And for the web, we've got, of course, since it's a web page, it's compatible to all devices. And at the moment, what we have is the streaming videos of all the 3D and AR lessons that are available on the app. And we have an MCQ-based assessment given for each and every lesson, along with additional related reading of that lesson and the teacher customization tool. Just to give you a little in-depth idea of the lessons we have. As I mentioned, we have just over 400 lessons currently available in the application, and the beauty of digital education is that it's not as opposed to a book. When you run out of content, you can always keep adding more without an additional purchase. So if I complete a book, I'll have to go purchase another book. But in this case, we have an ever-growing library of digital assets. And by this, what we mean is at the moment, we have 400 lessons or just over, and we add a minimum of 30 to 50 lessons into the existing subjects every month. So today, if we had to have 400 by the end of the month, going into 2021, we will have increased it by a minimum of 430 to 450 lessons. And to go into a little more detail, at the moment, we've got 118 lessons in biology, 110 in physics, chemistry, 90 in physics, 75 in mathematics, 50 in geography, and we have a segment called virtual journeys. What we mean by this is that we provide a virtual journey, but without the use of a virtual headset, a VR headset. So users will be able to visit landmarks spread across the world, or of course they could have journeys out of space as well. And at the moment, we have developed 200 journeys, and as I mentioned earlier, we will be putting them live into the platform. As mentioned earlier, that will be a part of the minimum of 30 to 50 lessons that will be going in month on month. And the same can be said to geography as well. So in short, this is what our platform is. And what I would like to do right now is to quickly go out of the laptop and share my screen through the mobile device that I have with me, and to take you on a quick tour of our product, the laptop. and share, in short, my screen through the mobile device. So, and once you go in, it's in this manner. We have got all the subjects on the top, and as I mentioned earlier, we are focused on STEM mainly, and all the subjects can be accessed through a horizontal scroll. And once you go into a subject, for example, uptick on biology, all the topics of that subject will be placed in this manner, and you can access them through a vertical scroll. And to access the lessons in each topic, you simply have to scroll horizontally. And to take you through the features that we have and the format that we use in all our lessons, I'm going to quickly go into a demo lesson. And to take you through, so we provide all our lessons in two formats. One is what we refer to as the 3D grayscale format, which you're able to see here. And to take you through, so we provide all our lessons in two formats. The other is the AR format. So to quickly run you through the features of the lesson. So at the bottom right, there is a labels function. So ideally, when you click on it, all the labels that are there relevant to that slide appear in this manner. And of course, you can take it away by simply clicking on it again. And in the middle, you can see a very noticeable play button. As I mentioned earlier, we are a curriculum agnostic resource. So we provide a general lesson for all the content that we feature, and by simply pressing play, you'll be able to listen to the lesson that we have. So I'm just going to quickly press play.
The building of complex molecules from simpler substances, synthesis, requires energy and enzymes. The enzymes are in the plant cells, and the energy comes from the sunlight. The process is from simpler substances.
So we've broken the lesson into several segments, or as we call slides. And once you press play, so from a basic introduction, it will take you in that sequence all the way into more in-depth information of the lesson until it finishes at the very end. And if users want, they could simply fast track that and go into the slide of their choice by simply clicking on it and pressing play.
The waste product produced and released to the atmosphere by plants are oxygen. Photosynthesis is the process in which light energy trapped by chlorophyll is used to convert carbon dioxide and released.
So this is the standard lessons that we have. And for teachers, we have one final feature that we would like to show. You could see a very noticeable binocular icon at the bottom right. What we refer to this as is the explore mode or the teacher's mode. And when you press on it, you could see a red button at the middle. So what this is a record button. So as a teacher, what you're able to do is simply press on it and voice in your own customized rendering of this lesson. So this can be done in any language. It can be done directed at a specific grade. And as a teacher, what I can do is simply follow the format of the slides below and start by giving a basic introduction to the lesson and then move on into more in-depth information. And once I've completed recording the lesson, if I would like my students to perform an assessment, I could simply voice this assessment in as well. And afterwards, all I need to simply do is press on it again, and it will allow me to save that onto my library as a teacher within Holiday. And the exciting thing is the three-dotted button right next to it, by pressing on this, so these are the custom lessons that are built on the plant nutrition. So I'm able to share this with my private network of students that I've added to my teacher subscription, or globally, publicly to the entire global user base. So how I'm able to do that is by simply scrolling to the side and by pressing the share button, and then I could choose publicly or private. So how I'm able to do that is by simply scrolling to the side. We have one last feature, which is the gamification assessment mode. I will quickly show you what the feature is. So here we have one last feature. This is the AR function, and what you do is as soon as you press on the AR function, the model comes into the real environment. As you see, it's in Bloom right now, or on the farm. And the final feature that we have here is the puzzle icon that you're able to see. This is the first level of gamification and assessment that we've brought into the application. And we have two formats of gamification and assessment that we've programmed in. One in form of matching the labels, and the other in the form of selecting the correct model. So if I go into it, all I need to do is simply press on the label in this manner, and then just press it, match it with the correct dot. So I'm very good at this. Only this actually. Press on the label. So of course, student or the user is provided a score, and the score is usually calculated according to how quick they're able to complete the assessment. So of course, so in very short, this is what our application is. And we have a short lesson plan.
Sorry to interrupt. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like Star Trek visualization technology, isn't it? Yes, because we can essentially create a digital twin. Sorry to interrupt.
Correct. I mean, it's there, as you mentioned earlier, what it is. It's about taking real life objects and then making a 3D, enhanced 3D visual of it with software, and then projecting it through modern day electronic devices into the real world.
Unfortunately, we don't have as much time as we would like. So let's continue having this discussion later, because we can see a lot of possible avenue to help educate our children here. Yeah. So with regard to that, thank you very much, especially to Mr. Chatura and Mr. Suraj from Hologo. Let us now move on to our next guest, who's also previously a teacher. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cikgu Amirul, a freelance teacher from Sky Expert Venture. That's the name of your outfit. Betul ya?
Yes. Hey guys, how are you guys? Yes, I'm Amirul, Cikgu Amirul. I'm always teach people and or share with people about coding, innovation, and also now I'm training. And I really proud to my participants who joined the workshop yesterday on this last Friday. It's really nice because I never expected that they can do a really nice job. They can do a really good job, like fantastic design. I never expect that in the age of 11, they can 3D design very nice. As Mr. Ramesh showed us now, they all do my creation is in 1 hour. And also, I teach people about drone who like flying drone or want to configure drone. You can ask me. And last but not least, I'm really proud. And also, I really teach people good job for STEM for all. You have done your best. You can ask me.
So, what are your aspirations for the kids? Because your particular methodology, your approach has indicated that the potential of our children, given access to the platform, is amazing, right? So, where do you think they should, or where do you think they should lead to? Your approach has indicated that
they can be a genius engineer, but really perform because they exposed in secondary school, primary school. They already exposed in training in coding. They are elementary. Because in my world, I know this coding when I was 20, but now the children know very early and they got the bright future. Because in my world, I know this coding.
So with that, thank you very much for that sharing, Cikgu, and thank you so much for contributing as well as coming on board, trusting us with your particular content and sharing for all of our participants. We really appreciate that very much. Ya, Cikgu, ya? Contributing as well as coming on board. Right, with that, let us now shift to actually our next VIP, because these are the people who are leading and spearheading the education of our kids online. To next, Mr. Joel Fu, from the operation manager of Ace Adventure Studio. I'm guessing that the Ace Adventure Studio is associated with Ace Education under Miss Antam, Mr. Fu?
Yep, correct. Can you all hear me? Yep, hello everyone, I'm Joe Fu from Ace Adventure Studio. Yes, like what you said, this studio is associated with Ace Education, right? Can you all hear me? So the game that we made a few years back, it was called Camp Caper. The main intention is to get the kids love science by playing games. Yeah, it's just that simple. And in that game itself, it's not ordinary learning plans that we plotted out. We actually put all the learning lessons into storytelling, into puzzle solving, and yeah, and etc. Yep. So we have about 280 within 280 entries or requesting to access to the game within a day itself, or a day or two. I think within 2 days itself. It's kind of crazy. And then we have also about 190 students completed the quiz after playing the game. So which is quite amazing to look at all the passion and interest in science by playing game itself. Yep. Other than games, we also did a card game called Bonding. It also teaches chemistry bonding as well. It's now available at Kinokuniya bookstores and some other souvenir stores as well. Yep. Is there anything you guys want to ask? Now available at Kinokuniya bookstores and some other souvenir stores as well.
All right. So I'm curious about something, Mr. Fu.
Yeah. Is there anything?
When you see that kind of response, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is reflected by our other VIPs as well when they carry out the programs. And you see that kind of response. How does that make you feel? Yes.
Relief. Nobody hates science by playing game.
Okay.
Yeah. Because to me, back to my school time, actually I hated science. More so because of the lessons are not really into science, because all the lessons delivered I totally cannot understand at all. Yeah, but if you ask me to play a game to understand about science, probably I will give it a go still. Not really into science, because all the lessons delivered I totally cannot understand at all. Yeah, but if you ask me to play a game to understand about science, probably I will give it a go still.
You can see you actually see that the need for gamification is critical in order to increase the uptake, the interest, as well as the passion of our kids to actually learn. Yeah. Let's say whether
you question first, because I think there's a delay on the streaming.
Right. Let's imagine that I'm at the moon, I'm on the moon, and you're on Earth. So okay lah, good. 2 second delay.
Because I think there's a delay on the. Yes, our forte is in gamification, because with Ace education system itself, all the works that all the students have performed is activity based, like heavily rely on activity based, and we strongly believe gamification is one of the key components to spark all the interest in wanting to know more, and also beyond the textbook. And we strongly believe gamification. Yeah, for example, if you play a game and you lose in a game, right, you're very likely to click continue rather than just give it up. So we thought that it would be really amazing if you combine with game element as well as the education, combine it together to be really strong.
Super. Thank you very much, Mr. Joe Fu, for that particular sharing. Thank you, Cikgu Amirul, for your passion and commitment in actually supporting and educating our kids and coming up with a way to measure that. And of course, thank you very much, Hologo, for actually coming up with something that's quite comprehensive. I don't think I've seen something that is as comprehensive and yet as engaging, visually engaging as the AR experiential learning tour that you have actually come up. Thank you so much for the belief that this is the way forward for our kids' education.
And it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure for us. We thank everybody who's taken part, and we hope to be back next year as well. And of course, next year we'll come back with much more interesting and additional features.
Super, super. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.
We'll come back with much more interesting.
Okay. See you guys. Thank you.
See you all. Super, super. Thank you very much. Now, let us get back to studio. With me today, we have still with me Mr. Ramesh Pillai, the Director of STEM for All Makerspace, as well as the Secretary for the Malaysia Association of Creativity and Innovation. I would like to actually take this opportunity again to thank our joint organizers, the ASEAN, was it ASEAN or Asian now? The ASEAN Academy of Engineering and Technology, AAET, IEM, the Institution of Engineers Malaysia, MCMC, the, remind me again, Ministry of Communication and Multimedia, yes? Multimedia, yes. So MCMC, right, okay. I can remember it in Malay, but never in English. I'm not quite sure why. SKMM, yeah. Of course, Mike, the Malaysia Industry Group for High Technology, TAR University College, Tunku Abdul Rahman University College, and of course UTA, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, in association with MAKRI, the Malaysia Association of Creativity and Innovation, STEM content providers, as well as Friends of STEM. Thank you so much for your trust, your belief, and your support all this while. And let's hope that we can actually keep this flame burning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, especially the kids, adik-adik sekalian, I'm sure you are waiting to know who has won what. Yeah. So for that, let us now take the opportunity as a follow-on to what Mr. Jofu just shared. Let's find out who are the winners of the competitions that were organized. So to begin with, let us go to the winners for the Caper Chemistry Quiz. These are the winners of the Caper Chemistry Quiz. What exactly do they win?
All right, yes. The winners, first prize will get 300, second prize 200, and third prize 100.
Okay, so that's not too bad, yeah.
And we have 5 consolation prizes, which is a bonding card game, and this is also a creation or an invention by ACE Education.
Lovely.
So I think credit goes to the team from what they call ACE Education for coming up with this. So in order to promote Malaysian innovations and in order to promote science and technology, STEM education, what better way, you know? So winners, I think you'll be quite excited to receive this bonding card game.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to announce the third, second, and a later first place, right? Okay, I have their names here on my screen. Winners, third place winner, or rather should I say winners. So because we found that 2 people tie for the third place. So, who are they? Third place winners are Ng Jieling. Ng Jieling, I believe this is a miss. Ng Jieling. Yeah? I wonder if you're online. So we'll actually contact you later on to let you know that you are one of the third place winners, along with Chui Hui Shan. Chui Hui Shan. So Ng Jieling and Chui Hui Shan, both of you are third place winners for the Caper Chemistry Quiz. Congratulations! Yeah? That's virtual tepuk. We should have some clap one of these days. We should have that one of these days. Daryl! Sorry, I shouldn't be that kind of ordering people around. Second place winner, ladies and gentlemen. Second place winner. Let me see whether I can get the spelling or pronunciation right. Piratusha. Yeah? Piratusha. I think that's a lady girl, yeah? It is.
Sounds like a girl.
So Adik Piratusha, congratulations. You have won the second prize, and that's 200 ringgit. That's 200 ringgit. Congratulations, Adik Piratusha, and first place winner. First place winner goes to, here the drum roll off camera, Adik Wan Muhammad. Adik Wan Muhammad. Yeah? I'm guessing a number of you are wondering which one Muhammad. We'll get in touch with you. So if you are Adik Wan Muhammad Adik and you participated in the Caper Chemistry Quiz, it's you. You have won 300 ringgit. Congratulations to the winners. Now, first, second and third place winners there. Yeah. So I repeat your names again. For third place is Eng Jieling, Miss Eng Jieling, and Chui Hui Shan. Second place is Piratusha, Miss Piratusha, and first place winner, I'm guessing it's a guy, it's a man or a boy, Wan Muhammad, Adik Wan Muhammad. Congratulations to the winners of the Caper Chemistry Quiz. Let us now move on to the winners of the Hologo Augmented Reality Quizzes. Yeah, Hologo Augmented Reality Quizzes. There are a number of categories here.
Yes, six.
Right, 6 over here. So, with Brother Ramesh's approval, allow me to actually read their names. So there is one winner for every category.
That's right.
One winner for every
Each
category.
winner gets 100 ringgit.
Okay. So Adik, the winners of each category wins 100 ringgit, as Mr. Ramesh pointed out. So I'm sure you want to know who they are. So for the digestive system quiz, did you actually have to go into somebody's digestive system virtually?
Virtually.
Okay. I hope you stopped somewhere in the middle and didn't go all the way out. So the winner for the digestive system quiz is Adik Iman Zahran. Iman Zahran. Your email address is imangamer012@gmail.com. So if you are Iman Zahran and your email address is imangamer012, you have won 100 ringgit. Congratulations, Adik Iman. Congratulations, the winner of the digestive system quiz. So we move on to the Earth quiz. So some of you might be wondering, why is Dr. Ahmad reading from a piece of paper whilst he has a tablet? Well, because we just completed the judging, I think, an hour ago.
Because the closing timing also, we gave maximum time.
Yes.
So we only closed it at 12 noon.
Right, yeah. So this is literally hot off the press, huh?
Yes. So bear with us.
Yes. So for the Earth quiz winner is Adik Bor Wei-jun. At email address m-4449812. That's m-4449812@moe-dl.edu.my. Adik Bor, you have won 100 ringgit. Congratulations. Yeah? Congratulations to Adik Bor Wei-jun. Moving on to the next category, the Volcano Quiz. I wonder if they are as excited as we are, like volcano about to explode. The winner is, let me see if I can get this pronunciation right, with the email address LASRMY. That's L for Langkawi, A for Alpha, S Sierra, R Romeo, MY @gmail.com. That's Adik Harshawardini. Adik Harshawardini. Guess what? You can belanja your parents with your 100 ringgit. You have won 100 ringgit as the winner of the Volcano Quiz under Hologo. Congratulations. Moving on from the Volcano Quiz to siapa main api ni? Flame Test Quiz. Did you play with fire? Virtual fire? That's okay. Virtual fire, that's okay. That's the idea behind Hologo. That's the idea, because then you don't get burned. Your parents also don't worry so much, as long as you don't use too much of your data. The winner is Adik Ryan Koo. Ryan Koo with your email address ryankoo72@hotmail.com. You, Adik Ryan, have won 100 ringgit. Adik Ryan Koo, you have won 100 ringgit. Congratulations for playing along or playing around with that fire. augmented fire, tak apa. It's actually amazing what these technologies can do.
It's so real. I was quite amazed, the fact that you can rotate, and not only that, you can actually enlarge it and zoom in.
Wow.
So
yes.
that, like some of the cells, for example, you can go layer by layer by layer. And then there was one that a motor,
yes.
Right? You rotate it, and then you can explode it so that you can see the exploded version of it. So imagine for a teacher, how easy would it be?
Right.
To rather than, of course you have videos and all that,
sure.
But this, at your own pace, you can actually, it's quite amazing the technology that they have.
So I hope you will take the opportunity of the platforms to learn deeper about these things. Yeah, we had Volcano, we had flame tests, we had, let me see whether I recall them, digestive system quiz and earth quiz. So take the opportunity. Yeah. So moving on to the CRO quiz. CRO, I have to recall what it is. I don't quite remember. But tak apa. Most important is perhaps you can take a look at who is the winner. Brother Ramesh?
Sure.
Yes. So the winner for the CRO quiz is Adik Kautham Sivabalan. Adik Kautham Sivabalan at kautham.official@gmail.com. Wow, sounds like official. I wonder if you're from the government. So Adik Kautham Sivabalan, you are the winner of the CRO quiz. You have won 100 ringgit. Congratulations! And we move on to the next category. It should be the last. Yes, the last category today is the loudspeaker quiz. Loudspeaker quiz. And the winner for the loudspeaker quiz is not me. I know I'm like a loudspeaker, but I have not won this. It's Adik Chong Jingwen. Adik Chong Jingwen at email jingwen1336@gmail.com. That's jingwen1336@gmail.com. Congratulations, Adik Jingwen. You have won 100 ringgit for the Hologo AR quizzes. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, those are the winners for the 6 categories under the Hologo Augmented Reality Quiz. Now, that's not it. That's not it, adik-adik. We still have winners, 2 more winners that need to be announced for the Future of Drones competition. The Future of Drones competition. So Future of Drones competition, we have 2 winners. We have 2nd place and 1st place. And what did they win again, Ramesh? 300?
No, here they get a drone. Yeah.
You win drones?
Yeah.
They win drones?
They win drones.
Wow.
Yeah. This was the quizzes that we ran at the webinar session conducted by Mr. William.
Right.
So this webinar session was the Future of Drones.
Yes.
Is now. Alright, so we had a very nice session by 4 industry experts.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, at the end of the session, we decided that we want to incentivize those who paid close attention and we said, answer these quizzes and you win 2 drones. So these are the 2 winners.
So adik-adik, you must have had really focus on the presentations of the industry people, not just teachers, but industry people. So hats off to you. And the winners of these drones, 2nd place goes to let me see whether I can get this. Park J. Adik Park J from SMK Tengku Ampuan. That's Kelang,
Yeah.
Yes, SMK Tengku Ampuan. Adik Park J. Congratulations, you have won a drone as the 2nd place winner for the Future of Drones competition. Yeah? And of course, the 1st place winner. I'm sure everybody's waiting for this. Who was the one who had paid most attention to the presenters, could answer all of the questions, really understood the points made across? It's actually Adik from SMK juga, Adik Elis Sazwana. Adik Elis Sazwana, SMK juga. Congratulations! You have also won the 1st place drone for the Future of Drones competition. Yeah? So those are the winners of all 3 competitions that we organized. Adik-adik sekalian. The first was the Camcaper quiz, the 2nd was the Hologo Augmented Reality quiz, and then the 3rd was the Future of Drones quiz. So all of this information, I believe, will be made available on our Facebook.
That's right. So we will publish the list of the winners in our Facebook, and also we'll notify them.
Right.
I hope your email addresses are correct or your telephone numbers are correct, because in the past we had a few of them who were not given, and then there's a lot of confusion. So we hope and bear with us. Within a week, we will send you the notification and the prizes. Or in this case, the drones, we will send you a notification to come and collect it from our center, right? So being the school holidays, and I think the restrictions for CMCO is a little bit more lax. We'd like you to come, and we'd like to personally deliver the prizes to you and take a snapshot of you.
Okay, adik-adik sekalian, parents, datuk-datuk, datin-datin who are watching us, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your continuing support for KLESF, the Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair. Without your support, KLESF would not be where it is. And towards that, we would also like to again acknowledge the joint organizers, AAET, IEM, MITE, MCMC, TAR University College, and University Tuanku Abdul Rahman, in association with the organizations MACRI, the Malaysia Association of Creativity and Innovation, STEM content providers, as well as Friends of STEM. We really thank you. We here at STEM for All Makerspace know that without your support, we would not be here. For that, we hope that you will keep giving your support as we help our young generation educate and move forward to support the future of Malaysia, and also help pay our later on to help take care of us maybe. Sorry, I shouldn't be mentioning that so late in the afternoon. Adik-adik sekalian, parents, datuk-datuk, datin-datin,
And
doctors. Teachers, of course. Oh my, where would we be without you, teachers? Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Ramesh, for reminding me that without you, we would not be where we are. So feel proud that you have actually helped create the future of Malaysia. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you again soon in a future program here at STEM for All Makerspace. I believe there will be a few more programs coming up.
A few more programs. Now, if we have missed out the live quizzes, we will be sharing that, because we had some interruptions with the connections by the logo. So please bear with us. We will definitely get back to the organizers, and you will hear from us that we will still be doing some competitions online. So in case you were waiting and you missed it out, no worries, we'll get back to you.
So keep tuned to our Facebook page for any particular update, and of course our YouTube channel, because we will communicate the latest programs, the next upcoming ones soon. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your particular custom and viewing. Hope to see you again at STEM for All Makerspace. Assalamualaikum and a very good day.
Thank you.